Hello my friends, I'm here to do my final layout share for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 19, October 2025. And I'd like to thank Christy for this series. It's one of my most favorite series. I really enjoy this series because I get a chance to work with sketches, and these sketches are exclusive to this playlist, this group, and so it's always very exciting to have new sketches, and thank you to all of those who provided their sketches. Down below you'll see the link to the playlist so you can see the inspiration of all of those who have done YouTube videos on these sketches in the month of October. I'm a little late in finishing my shares. My father-in-law passed away a couple weeks ago, so the last 2 weeks have been a little bit occupied, and we had snow a few days, and so that also interrupts in New York being able to film a video and having enough light to film a video. And the other thing you'll find the link to down below is the Facebook group where all the sketches are, and there's an album for each series. And if you go to Series 19 and you click on the layout share, in the comments down below, you'll be able to add the photo of your take on the sketch, and you'll see everyone else's take on the sketch that have put their link there, their photo there, excuse me. And so there's lots and lots of wonderful inspiration for these sketches. I'm going to start with this layout, and this one is here you'll see Day 19, Amanda Leckie, and there are 4 photos, and in the corner you have a big floral cluster, and in the other corner you have a big floral cluster. And as you can see, I have different size photos. Mine aren't 4x4, and so they take up a little bit more space. And this particular paper, the scene was already there. You already had the upper corner, you already had this, and so I just used this paper. It's one I find very hard to use. I was glad to be able to use it. I'm sorry if you're seeing some shadows. I'm trying not to get them into the film. And so I was glad to use this up, but it went quickly because the corners were pre-designed, and then I put some dimensional things like the flare and the bats over here, which are the foam stickers, and just to try to give some dimension to this particular layout. So that is Day 19, Amanda Leckie. Day 20 was a double layout that I published in an earlier video. And so this one is Day 21, which is Jacqualine Hart. And if you look at her layout design, which is right here, Day 21, it looks like there's a photo here, and then behind it is 2 pieces of paper, or you could have this as a pocket and have 3 photos and make it interactive and pull out the photos. I think you could do it either way. Here is a film strip and a little pocket with a tag and a couple pieces of paper and a title up here on a tag. And so with this photo, I did one main layout, and I kind of did mostly with the sketch, but my floral clusters are a little bit different. So I had the main tag up here, and the title of this is Sweet as Honey. And this is Megan in 2006, and so she's a few years old. Let's see, she was born in 2004, so she's 2 years old, and they're outside watching the older kids bobbing for apples. And this is my brother Christopher, her father. And so the clusters, I had some old stickers of Winnie the Pooh, and I put them on white paper, fussy cut it around them so that I could add dimension to them and lift them up off the page. I drew this pocket by hand. And you can see that I kind of moved the paper strips over to a more central part rather than to the right side like in the sketch. And this says happy little moments. This said good times, you and me. This is October 2006 at a family party. And this uses up some of my old Creative Memories Winnie the Pooh paper. So I was glad to get that done. This next layout is day 22, and the sketch is by Caryn Adams Kidwell at the Crafty Carn, and it uses strips of paper or washi strips, 2 4x6 photos, and a circular title. And so that's what I used. I took my washi tape, and I made strips to do the background, and I put my title up here at the top, Happy Halloween, and then I have like 3 clusters. You give me the chills. This upper one says beware. This says love you, boo, and it says Megan and Christopher, and somewhere is the date. Here we go. This is a family Halloween party of August 1st of 2008. So now Megan here is 4 years old, and you could see she has a pumpkin necklace on. And so when I did this one, I felt that it needed something in the lower corner. So I put B is for boo and got a little ghost there. And the pumpkins came from some old stickers or from the paper line. And so that is day 22. Let's see, day 23 is a sketch here by Lisa Cuneo at my scrapbook table. So this is the sketch here. You can see there's an upper paper strip. There's a border underneath that. She has a grid with a 4x4 title, or it could be a photo, a 4x6 photo, a 4x6 photo. You got a 4x4. It could be a journaling card. It could be another photo, depending on what you want. And she has 3 circular embellishments. So I followed the sketch, not very much, but enough. I took my inspiration from it, definitely. And so what I ended up doing is I did have a paper strip up here at the top, and I have a border, a wavy border, and I put 2 large photos. So I adapted they're kind of in a grid formation, and there's the titles there and the journaling's here. So this is kind of a little bit of a loose grid and much bigger than the sketch, but I did follow the inspiration from the sketch. I have here the title, Trick or Treat, and then, you know, different stickers like Something Wicked Cometh This Way, Eek, Spooky Day, Scary and Spooky. It says Megan, Minda, and Jasmine are ready for trick-or-treating fun in the spooky neighborhood yard. This is October 31st of 2019. So Megan, you can see, is much older than the previous photo. And so a lot of this is out of my stash, but the skeleton that I cut different parts out and mounted some of it up on foam, the hat and these pumpkins came from Scrap-A-Sketch, where you can go there and purchase files so that you can print them yourself and cut them out. And so that's where these particular embellishments came from, the hat and the pumpkins and this little cute little skeleton up here. And the rest were just stickers and stuff from my sketch. Day 24, I already showed you in an earlier video because it was a double layout. And so now we go to day 25, and day 25 is Megan. And this is 2008 when she's 4 years old, and she is dressed as Snow White. And it's, you know, magic mirror, because I looked it up and I was very surprised because I always remembered her, the wicked stepmother in this I think that's what it was, in this video saying mirror, mirror on the wall. Not magic mirror, but when I went to the Disney site, it said magic mirror. So I don't know if that's an updated Snow White or my memory's not good. But so I came up with the title, Megan is the fairest one of all. And so I really kind of like that title from Snow White. These are older stickers that I had from a Creative Memories Disney pack, and some of this paper is also from that, but I picked some red, yellow, and blue to help accentuate the colors that she's wearing. So this sketch, I did not tell you, is Day 25 by Brandi Jo, and she has 3 photos and a title, and I have 2. And so I kind of adapted it, but there's borders up on top and borders on the bottom. And so that is my take on Brandi Jo's sketch, Day 25. The next one is Day 26, and I'm going to cover a face up quick. Day 26, you can see the sketch here is by Vikki Tagulnod. And it has 3 photos that are probably 3 by 4 and 3 clusters and a title. And you can see there's a lot of mixed media in the background. Well, I did not do mixed media, but I thought this wood grain paper kind of looked like mixed media with all the waves. I did do a few little splatters around my clusters. And so that kind of I used as my mixed media. I'm covering up Megan's mom's face because I don't have permission to show it. But this is Megan in October 23rd of 2004. And so she's about 2 months old, maybe 2.5 months old. And so here's my brother Christopher holding Megan. And you can see my photos were larger than in the sketch. I moved the title up here. It could be fall, or you could think of it as together. It could be either one. And I put some of the flowers up on foam and put these stickers up on foam. I used some wood veneer. There's an acorn, and this is a hedgehog to give it a little bit more dimension. And so this is my take on Day 26. Day 27 is a sketch by Jennifer Cain at Scrap and Cain, and she has a journal block here and 3 probably 4 by 4 photos, or maybe a little bit smaller, and then star embellishments around the journal box in here and the title below. And I kind of pretty much stuck to the sketch. I think my photos might be a little larger. I have 3 photos over on the right. I have the title down below, and I have scattered different embellishments all around of candy. And this is Christopher and Megan in 2006. So Megan's 2 years old, and they are decorating sugar cookies. And so you can see they're frosting their sugar cookies. And oh my goodness, I remember that family party oh so well. This was in one of the back, little back room in the lower level of the house, the downstairs, and we left the frosting tubes there for the kids to decorate the cookies, and no one was watching the young nephews and great nephews. And they decided instead of decorating cookies, they would squirt the frosting all over each other. Yeah. Note to self, never leave frosting unsupervised. Yeah, that's what we learned that year. So this journaling says, Megan is decorating pumpkin cookies with her father, her cousin Hannah, because this is Hannah Rowe. Her cousin is on her left. A Halloween party at Grandma Pat's was lots of fun. They decorated cookies, they played games, and they made fall decorations, because this was the same year that they made the decorations that you saw in an earlier video with it was like a pumpkin-shaped vase, and it had a lot of floral pics out of it. It says, eat, drink, and be spooky. No tricks, only treats. Pumpkin wishes and candy corn kisses. Fright night, best day of the year. No tricks, just treats for someone sweet. And this says treats. So that's the title, basically about treats. And I put all the candy and candy apples and cotton candy, anything I could about candies and sweets and treats on this page for embellishments. So that's day 27. Day 28 was a double page layout that was in a different video. And we come to day 29 was by Shannon Keith. And I really think I did this layout, but I cannot find it now. So I must have put it away already. So I am sorry about that. So the last one I have is day 30 by Miss Carrie. And here you have, could be a journal box, could be a large photo. This could be 3 photos, or you could put embellishment boxes there. And this is a big square of paper and a very long title. And it looks like a strip of paper maybe at the top. I followed the sketch a little bit in that I have one large photo. This is Christopher and Megan. This is 2005. She's 1 year old, and she is Disney princess, Cinderella, that's right, because she was Cinderella a couple of years in a row. And so I have earlier pictures of that. And so I am using some older paper from the Disney line that was a Creative Memories. It was very, very old in my stash. I was glad to use that. I would use some flowers, and lots of different flowers in my extra flower box. This is a very, very old castle die cut from Creative Memories. It's one of the first things I probably purchased way back in 1998. And so instead of 4 photos, I did journaling. This is a vellum title or journaling box. These vellum things were from Creative Memories. This says pretty as a picture. This says princess. And this says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Proverbs 31:28. And to me, Christopher's treasure is his daughter, Megan, and that's where his heart is. And so the title of this is cute, and I thought this was a really nice photo of Christopher and Megan back in 2005 when she was 1 year old, and this is a family fall Halloween party. We had one almost every year. And so that is the end of 30 Days of Sketches. I would like to thank Christy and all for putting this together, and all those who put their sketches up for us to enjoy and to create with. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and thank you to my new subscribers. I recently have picked up several new subscribers, and some of them are from my scrapbook group where I went to a crop this past weekend, and so I'm very excited to have all these new subscribers. So my friends, I hope that you are having a scrappy day, and I apologize for some of the shadows. The lighting is hard to get correct on gloomy New York snowy days. So take care, my friends. We'll talk again, and share layouts again soon. Bye.